So today we'll be discussing how to prepare General Studies mains. I will specifically speak on how to prepare on General Studies mains. And as we know, it carries 1000 marks, and scoring mains is one of the Achilles heels of many aspirants. So when it comes to mains, I'll be covering three things when it comes to mains. The first will be the static part, the second one will be the dynamic part, and the third will be the answer writing part. Because these are the three pillars on which the mains preparation for general studies is based. तो पहले हमने static की बात करी थी. As we all know, most of the paper is current based, but a decent knowledge of the static part is also very necessary to get a basic grasp of the topics. So there are four papers: General Studies 1, 2, 3 and General Studies 4, of which there are certain things which come from books or which come from certain material. So when we come to GS1, this was one paper which I specifically targeted to score more marks. The reason was why I choose GS1, because it is one paper where maximum number of things can be answered from standard books. For example, if we see history, then what are the relevant books for history? The first one, for modern history, I think you don't need to go beyond Spectrum. No, there's no need absolutely to refer any other thing except Spectrum for modern history. As we move on to the cultural part, then two questions every year are coming from the cultural part, the Indian culture, and I think Tamil Nadu book, the Tamil Nadu NCERT for 11th and 12th class, and the ancient history NCERT combined with the GK today material for culture are sufficient for covering your cultural part. As we move on to the world history part, I referred to Norman Law and I read the world history thing very exhaustively. My approach in every topic was very expensive. My approach was very expensive when it comes to world history, because I wanted to answer each and every question. So even if I was preparing DEC1, next comes geography. My optional was geography, so I didn't need to go prepare something different. But who don't have geography background, they can refer to Goche Leong and basic NCERTs and Atlas. These three things can be referred for preparing geography. As far as other things are to be considered, they can be covered from current affairs only. So this is for General Studies 1. When it comes to General Studies Part 2, the paper 2 of General Studies, I will just mention three things. Three things, and you don't need to refer any other thing except those three things. As far as the first one is the Administrative Reforms Commission report. The Administrative Reforms Commission report, the summary has to be referred. You don't need to go through the entire ARC report, but you have to refer to the summary. And you have to be very thorough with the summary. There, every suggestion, everything you have to be, the summary you have to refer. The second thing is Lakshmikant, and after Lakshmikant, the third thing you have to refer is Vision IAS handouts. Basically, Vision gives a handout for every topic of general studies, and these three things you have to specifically refer. ये तीन चीजें आपको पढ़नी होंगी अगर आपको ये कवर करना है जनरल स्टडीज पार्ट 2 द स्टैटिक पोर्शन. नाउ एज वी मूव ऑन टू द थर्ड पेपर, my sources were the Economic Survey of India, only summary. There is no need absolutely to go through the entire summary. It's a very lengthy book, so you just go through summary. You go through macroeconomics NCERT, and one thing is Vision IAS handouts. उसके handouts आप रेफर करिए. तो ये तीन चीजें आपका जो स्टैटिक पार्ट है जनरल स्टडीज पार्ट 3 का will cover. And the fourth is ethics. For ethics, you see what are the topics and just see the basic definition of every topic from lexicon. So this is how we do the static part for General Studies 1, General Studies 2, General Studies 3 and General Studies 4. This is the static part. Now we move on to the current part, because as we know, most of the questions are asked from current affairs. So two things have to be kept in mind. First of all, reading the newspaper and revising it. So I personally preferred reading the Hindu. I didn't read Indian Express. Many people read Indian Express, but I stuck to one newspaper and read it very thoroughly. Now, once you have read the newspaper of an entire month, you don't need to prepare any notes. Now you can go through the current affairs magazine of Vision IAS. You have to supplement your newspaper reading with the Vision IAS current affairs magazine. And the third thing which I did in my fifth attempt, this I never did in my first to fourth attempt, I did it in, say, my fifth attempt. There's a website onlyias.com, and it publishes PDF of the Hindu editorials. So those PDFs I used to refer to revise my editorials. So I repeat again, करंट अफेयर्स के लिए मैंने हिंदू पढ़ा, बहुत थोरली पढ़ा. दूसरा मैंने विजन IAS पढ़ा, करंट अफेयर मैगजीन. और तीसरी चीज जो थी मेरी वो एक डिफरेंट चीज थी, क्योंकि मैंने पहले कभी ये नहीं किया था. आई डिड इट इन माई फिफ्थ अटेम्प्ट, ओनली IAS PDF. आई रिपीट, नॉट द वीडियो बट अ PDF of only IAS editorials. These three things form the three corners of my current affairs preparation. करंट अफेयर्स प्रिपरेशन में एक चीज जो बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है वो ये है कि जो भी आप टॉपिक पढ़ें, यू नीड टू डू बैकवर्ड इंजीनियरिंग, कि जो टॉपिक आप पढ़ रहे हैं वो सिलेबस में कहाँ कनेक्ट हो रहा है. ये चीज आपको कनेक्ट करनी बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी हो जाती है. यू रीड ए टॉपिक एंड जस्ट सी ये कहाँ सिलेबस में जाके मिलता है. ये GS1 में जाके मिलता है, 2 में जाके मिलता है, 3 में जाके मिलता है, या 4 में जाके मिलता है. दिस यू हैव टू कीप ऑन डू, दिस यू हैव टू कीप ऑन इवॉल्विंग. यू हैव टू बी वेरी थोरो विद द सिलेबस, यू हैव टू बी वेरी थोरो विद द न्यूज़पेपर, एंड यू हैव टू बी वेरी थोरो विद द स्टैटिक पार्ट. एंड नाउ यू हैव टू connect all these three to form basic knowledge, basic understanding of a particular topic. I repeat, किसी भी टॉपिक के लिए उसका करंट अफेयर्स, उसका स्टैटिक पार्ट, ये चीजें आपको जाननी जरूरी हैं और फिर उसे सिलेबस में कनेक्ट करना है. उसके बाद बात आती है तीसरा सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज, जिसमें मैंने इस बार काफी ज्यादा इंप्रूवमेंट किया था और काफी ज्यादा मेहनत मैंने इसमें करी थी. वो है आंसर राइटिंग. You might have a lot of knowledge, but if you are not able to express it, अगर आप एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पा रहे हैं अपनी नॉलेज, तो फिर उस नॉलेज का कोई फायदा नहीं है. उस कंटेंट को आपको एक अच्छे आंसर में, यू हैव टू रिड्यूस वट एवर नॉलेज यू हैव इन 200-250 वर्ड्स, और उसमें आपको अपनी सारी नॉलेज दिखानी है. तो उसके लिए जो मेरी स्ट्रेटेजी इस बार थी, आंसर राइटिंग के लिए जो मेरी स्ट्रेटेजी थी, as we all know, a good answer is divided into 3 parts. The first one is the introduction, the second one is the body, and the third one is obviously the conclusion. Now, if we come to introduction, then the best way to introduce any question, the answer of any question is answer of any question, you have to introduce it, and for introduction you have to introduce a particular keyword, or you have to provide a slight background. या तो आप कोई बैकग्राउंड दे दीजिए उस आंसर का, या फिर एक जो उसमें कीवर्ड है उसे इंट्रोड्यूस करिए. उसके बाद हम आते हैं बॉडी पे. नाउ आई पर्सनली बिलीव दैट इट इज द बॉडी, जो आपके आंसर की बॉडी है, दैट इज गोइंग टू फेच यू मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ मार्क्स. ये बहुत ज्यादा आपको जो फेच करेगी मार्क्स वो होगी आपकी बॉडी. Now, for writing a good body of the answer, what you need to do is to break the question into various parts and subparts. Now, when you have broken the question into various parts and subparts, start answering every part. Now, while answering every part, whether you are writing positives or whether you are writing negative or whatever you are addressing, make sure that your answers are multiple dimensions. The multiple dimensions, as we all know, include the political dimension, the constitutional dimensions, the legal dimensions, the say international dimensions, the economical, social dimensions. And in any question, even the stakeholders involved in a particular question can be considered as a dimension. For example, if I say we have to write a question on farm loan waivers, then the farmers, the government, and the citizen, the taxpayer, becomes the 3 dimensions of your answer. So these multiple dimensions you have to keep in mind, okay, while answering any question. If your answers are unidimensional, then believe me, you are not going to get marks. If you answer in multiple dimensions, then obviously you will fetch higher marks. The third thing is the conclusion. And the conclusion, when we come to the conclusion, it has to be very positive, very futuristic, and you can provide certain solutions in the conclusion. Now, here the thing is not over. You have given an answer, but let me tell you, many people are writing very good answers. Now, what can make your answer stand out from any other answer? आपके आंसर को क्या चीज अलग बना सकती है? आधा मार्क्स एक्स्ट्रा आप कैसे ला सकते हैं? अगर आप आधा मार्क्स एक्स्ट्रा ला सकते हैं 20 क्वेश्चंस में, देन इट ट्रांसलेट्स इनटू 10 मार्क्स पर पेपर एंड 40 मार्क्स ऑल ओवर. और वो 40 मार्क्स आर गोइंग टू गेट यू योर सर्विस, योर रैंक और मे बी कार्डर इवन. तो उसके लिए यू हैव टू सप्लीमेंट योर आंसर्स विद वेरियस फैक्ट्स, फिगर, फ्लो चार्ट्स, और यू कैन सप्लीमेंट इट विद ए पर्टिकुलर रेफरेंस. अगर इन चीज़ों से आप अपना आंसर सप्लीमेंट करते हैं तो यू विल ऑब्वियसली गेट एन एज. आपका आंसर एक डिफरेंट होगा. जस्ट इमेजिन, एक एग्जामिनर कॉपी चेक कर रहा है, आंसर मोनोटोनस हो रहे हैं, बट यू प्रोवाइड अ वेरी डिफरेंट फैक्ट, यू प्रोवाइड अ वेरी डिफरेंट लिंगुआ, और यू प्रोवाइड ए वेरी गुड रेफरेंस कि ये चीज़ ARC ने बोला है या नीति आयोग के विजन डॉक्यूमेंट ने ये चीज़ बोला है. तो उसके बाद आपका जो आंसर होगा एक यूनिक आंसर होगा और इट विल ऑब्वियसली गेट यू हायर मार्क्स. ओके, नाउ ये चीज लाई कैसे जाए? हैविंग, मतलब इट्स easier said than done. For this you have to refer to two things. First of all, you can practice daily answer writing. I personally believe that डेली आंसर राइटिंग मुझे इतना मदद नहीं करी, लेकिन लोग करते हैं डेली आंसर राइटिंग. यू कैन डू डेली आंसर राइटिंग, बट द थिंग विच वर्कड फॉर मी was writing the test series very seriously. I have given test series earlier, but my level of concentration and the amount of seriousness I took while giving test series in Vision IAS this year was very high. I used to write 2 tests on a day, not 1 but 2 tests. मैं घर पे था और मैं एक दिन में 2 टेस्ट लिखता था जनरल स्टडीज के, and I used to take every test very seriously and I used to finish every test in 2 hours and 50 minutes. मैंने ये किया था क्योंकि on the day of exam we'll be writing a test in like 3 hours. मैंने अपना टाइम जो मॉक टेस्ट था उसका रिड्यूस किया था 2 hours 50 minutes में, and I used to write 2 tests in one day, whether be it geography which was my optional or the general studies. मैं एक दिन में 2 टेस्ट लिखता था with a particular mentality. एक फाइटर मेंटेलिटी थोड़ी जरूरी होती है यूपीएससी में, विद अ मेंटेलिटी दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर टेस्ट इज गोइंग टू डिसाइड माय सिलेक्शन. चाहे वो मॉक टेस्ट था, बट मेरा जो एटीट्यूड था उसे लेके वाज लाइक कि दिस पर्टिकुलर टेस्ट इज गोइंग टू डिसाइड माय सिलेक्शन. एंड अल्टीमेटली ऑन द डे ऑफ एग्जाम दिस वाज माय सेम एटीट्यूड कि हर क्वेश्चन के हर सब पार्ट पे मेरा जो सिलेक्शन है वो डिसाइड करेगा. इस एटीट्यूड, इस मेंटेलिटी के साथ आप तैयारी करें, इस मेंटेलिटी के साथ आप आंसर राइटिंग करें, तो ऑब्वियसली आपका सिलेक्शन, आपके मार्क्स इंप्रूव होंगे. और ये पार्ट था स्टैटिक, डायनेमिक एंड आंसर राइटिंग. नाउ देयर आर लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस अबाउट ऑप्शनल. फॉर ऑप्शनल आई वुड लाइक टू से इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन योर एप्टीट्यूड. जो आप प्रीवियस ईयर्स पेपर देखिए और देखिए कि कैसे कौन सा सब्जेक्ट आपको क्लिक करता है. डोंट गो बाय द फैक्ट दैट ये ऑप्शनल अच्छा चल रहा है, वो ऑप्शनल अच्छा चल रहा है, बट सी योर एप्टीट्यूड. व्हाट इज योर टेस्ट? यू कैन हैव ए वेरी गुड टेस्ट फॉर ज्योग्राफी, फिलोसफी और लिटरेचर. सो चूजिंग ऑप्शनल is entirely your call. And one more question is, how is insights? See, I used to refer to insights in my first few attempts. 5th attempt में मैंने थोड़ा insights कम रेफर किया था. But obviously, if you are not able to read newspaper or if you are not going through only IAS, then insights serves as a good purpose. और insights एक अच्छा वेबसाइट है, बट उसके जो इनिशिएटिव्स हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. अगर आप देखें, सिक्योर उनका एक इनिशिएटिव है, उसके अलावा उनका एक इनिशिएटिव है editorials wala. So you have to choose one initiative and you have to stick to it. You cannot keep on referring new things and new things and new things. And let me tell you, for current affairs, nothing can replace newspaper. If you want to do very well, I personally believe newspaper should be your core. Any tips for a first year engineering student for UPSC? I would ask you to just read newspaper and focus on your graduations. The second question is, sir, notes हिंदू के नहीं बनाने हैं. I didn't make because it's very time consuming. The cost benefit जो analysis है हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर के नोट्स बनाने का वो बहुत ज़्यादा है. Sir, how to mark down dead topics which are not important for preparation? As I said, every single topic is important for your preparation. If you want your name in the list, if you want to be a top ranker, if you want your name in the list, then you have to focus on every topic. There's not a single topic which is not important. If it is mentioned in the syllabus, then it is important. The tips for prelims, there are certain standard books which have been suggested for preliminary examination. A new thing which I would like to suggest for prelims is that you have to do a lot of test series, because prelim is very dicey these days. So for prelims you have to go through the mock test series of various coachings or whatever test you come across. You just go through this. Any tips for beginners to start UPSC preparation for 6-7 months? Go through the basic NCERTs, go through the syllabus, get the relevant material, start reading newspaper. This is how every one of us started a newspaper CSC preparation. Sir, how can you please tell me that how I prepare myself from now as I'm in class 12? You focus on your schooling. You focus on your schooling, then you focus on your graduation, and then you start preparing for your civil services examination. There is no parameter. You have to prepare it from the static sources I have mentioned and from the current affairs. You have to prepare every topic. There is like nothing important or non-important topic. Joke. Without coaching, you have asked me, let me tell you, I prepared at home. और घर पे रह के भी तैयारी उतनी अच्छी हो सकती है जितना आप दिल्ली में कर सकते हैं. इट्स योर कॉल. इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल एट होम, यू डू एट होम. प्रेजेंटली ऑनलाइन एवरीथिंग इज अवेलेबल. आई यूज टू राइट ऑनलाइन टेस्ट सीरीज. इवन टेस्ट सीरीज भी मैंने ऑनलाइन लिखी है. सो ये कोई फैक्टर नहीं है कि आप दिल्ली में हैं या घर पे हैं टू प्रिपेयर. सो इट्स योर कॉल. घर से तैयारी हो सकती है, बिना कोचिंग के हो सकती है. आई हैव डन फाउंडेशन कोर्स, आई एम प्रेजेंटली इन एनपीए एंड मेनी पीपल आर देयर who have prepared with job, who have prepared without coaching, and who have prepared with coaching, who have prepared in Delhi, who have prepared at their home. So it's only up to you how much effort you are going to put. It's इन क्वेश्चन से ज़्यादा आप फोकस करिए पढ़ना कितना है. अगर आप पढ़ने पे फोकस करेंगे rather than thinking about कि घर पे अच्छा है या दिल्ली में अच्छा है, तो you will do well. Things one should not do. One should not refer to a lot of sources. उसके अलावा instead of thinking about how to prepare, you should actually start preparing. आपको पढ़ना चाहिए. सर NCERT के नोट्स बनाना है. NCERT is itself a notes. NCERT के नोट्स आप क्या बनाओगे? Every line in NCERT